Good morning, everybody. Today I'm out riding my Lifan KPM RS 200, and I hit just a little over 500 miles on the bike, and I thought I'd go ahead and stop and just do a little bit of a review of the bike, what I think about it. You might think, well, you've only got 500 miles on it, how much can you know? I've been riding motorcycles for over 50 years. It doesn't take me very long to get the feel of a bike and see if I like it or not. And as you see the bike, I've made a few changes. If you want to see what the bike looks like when you buy it stock, you can check out some of my other videos, especially like my assembly video where I show putting it together. And I'll talk about a few things that I've changed on it, and we'll talk about some things that I have found about the bike that I like, and maybe some things that may be a kind of annoyance to me or whatever that are a little bit different maybe than the other KPM that I had. So let's talk about the bike a minute. All right, this is a brand new 2025 Lifan KPM RS 200. It has a 200cc. It's a 4-valve engine. It's also a 6-speed. It's liquid cooled. LED lights. Has radial tires, 17-inch front and rear. Has dual disc brakes in the front, disc brakes in the rear. It's got a nice quiet muffler to it. Gas tank will hold somewhere around 3 gallons. The access for the coolant reservoir port is right here, easy to get to. Very beautiful color. It comes with straps that come across the tank down here, and I took the straps off. It also comes with clip-on handlebars that you put on here. I changed mine over, converted over to a regular handlebar on my bike. And it does have passenger pegs on it, so you could take a passenger with you if you'd like. The seat on it's pretty comfortable. It's got plenty of cush to it. It's a little stiff at first. It breaks in over time. It was like that on my other KPM as well. I added this bag to give me some storage. I'll show you the bike, show you the speedometer and the odometer. I have 504 miles on. As you can see, my light is flashing on my gas gauge. It's probably because it's weaning a little bit. I had 2 bars when I stopped. So I've got 504 miles, and I've filled it up 3 times. So that's about, 164, 80, 70, so about 167 miles to a tank is about what I got. So I would say you can probably go 150 miles to a fill up pretty easily, which I think is pretty remarkable for this little bike. It gets about 82, 85 miles per gallon. All of that really depends on your wrist, on how hard you are on acceleration, how fast you're going, all that kind of stuff. It also has a USB port down here. You can plug your charging cable in if you've got a phone mount. You can plug it right into your phone, keep your phone charged up while you're riding. Really like it. Let me start it up for you so you can hear it. Fires right up, runs really nice. Chain's been staying nice and adjusted. It hasn't come loose on me at all. Bike's a little bit dirty because I've been riding it. And it does have ABS braking too. I don't know if you saw that on the speedometer right there. It's got ABS braking. You can tell that by coming over here and looking at the front wheel. And you can see the tone ring right here. And this is the sensor right here, the speed sensor. The engine has been remarkable. I've had 6 of these Lifan bikes so far. And I would say combined mileage of all the bikes, probably 15 to 20,000 miles I've put on these bikes combined. And it is a very remarkable engine. I've not had any problems at all out of any of them. So it's been very reliable. It's fun to ride. Now let's talk about some things that might be negative to you a little bit. I'll tell you about one thing I don't really care for, and that's the instrument cluster being down here on the tank. Perfect spot right here. Perfect spot. So I wish that maybe they would change it and put a speedometer or an instrument cluster right here, because you have to look down all the time to see this. That's really the only negative of the bike. Now the clip-on handlebars, if you like a forward lean, it's fantastic. But if you want a more upright seating position, it even has the availability that comes on this where you can put a standard bar on it. You don't have a lot of room because of your cables, but you can get a little bit of a rise out of it and it's a little more comfortable. And I changed the mirrors on it. It comes with bar-in mirrors. These are easier to see. One thing I can tell you about this KPM RS is it does have a little more vibration to it than what the 2-valve original KPM 200 has. It's not bad, but it does have a little bit more. As far as power, it has a little bit more than the KPM. Is it a huge amount? I wouldn't say it's huge, but it does really well. I don't think I've had an instance yet where I was going down the highway 65 miles an hour and I couldn't maintain my speed. You know, sometimes on hills and a lot of wind, you know, these smaller displacement bikes have a little bit of a struggle on things like that, trying to maintain speed. I haven't had that issue so far. I'm not saying that I won't, but so far I haven't had that issue at all. And I've faced, you know, quite a few hills and a little bit of wind too, so I haven't had any issues at all. The engine does accelerate well. It's actually amazing for a 200cc. I mean, you know, I don't have any issues riding it anywhere. I take it, you know, all over the place, and I don't have any issues with it at all. So it's a lot of fun. You get a lot of really good fuel economy. You can go a long way on a short amount of gas, little bit amount of gas. So it does well with that. It's very reliable. At 500 miles here pretty soon, I'll probably be doing a check on it, because there's things you want to check after you've ridden it so far. And I'm a little bit past halfway on my engine break-in, so I'm getting really close to where I could do a top speed on it and see how fast it'll go for top speed. I'm assuming that it'll probably get around 80, maybe a little bit more, because I've had it up to 71 already. I think it was 71 on the speedometer anyway. I don't know really how far off it is to GPS. I think it's probably about 3-4 miles per hour off according to GPS. It's also got a small windshield on it that is really nice for keeping the bugs off of you a little bit of wind. I mean, it doesn't do a lot, but it actually kind of angles the air back at you, so it doesn't really do a lot. If it had like a additional you know, shield, I have it on another one of my bikes. I think the KPM 200 I have it on, and had it kind of sticking up like this where it would deflect the air up, it'd be even better for that. But it's kind of nice to keep everything kind of dry in this area. And as far as maintenance goes, being able to get to it to work on it, it's pretty easy to get to everything with just a small amount of removal of stuff. Now this front fairing is a little bit more challenging, but this plastic fairing, it has its positives and negatives, but it has more positives than negatives. Now you got to remember, you only do maintenance occasionally and you ride your bike all the time. So you want the positives more than the negatives. Negative, of course, is going to be you have to take time to remove everything, all the bolts, and pop it out and everything to be able to get to it to do your maintenance. But the positive is that you've got wind protection, you've got rain protection, and it helps with airflow being directed onto your radiator and onto your engine in order to keep your engine cooler. Plus, it also keeps the heat forced down to where it's not burning your legs up. I haven't noticed anything as far as heat on my legs. I'm sure there might be a little bit, but I haven't noticed it because I have a lot of bikes that I ride, and some of those are really bad. And I haven't noticed it on this one at all, so that's wonderful. So my final thoughts on this bike is going to be that for $3,000, I think it's $3,299 shipped to your house, you can't really beat it. I mean, it's just a great bike, a great value. Like I said earlier, I've had 6 Lifan bikes, and the reason is because they're just a good quality bike. I go back to them because they're such a good bike. And it kind of reminds me of a Honda in a lot of ways. And I don't mean to be comparing the Honda to the Lifan, but it's just reliable. It's fun to ride, and it's got plenty of power and things like that, fuel economy. So for the money, it's fantastic. What I really like about it is that you could skip the dealer. You don't have to worry about, you know, spending time in there doing that. You just go online, fill things out, pick what color you want, because this does come in black also if you'd prefer black. And just have it shipped to your door. I have mine put right in my garage, and then I take it apart, the crate, the boxing and everything, and then you get to start putting it together yourself. I really like that. I like the fact too that they come with AGM batteries. You don't have to put acid in them anymore, and they're fully charged, so you just take them out of the box, put them in the bike, and you're ready to go. Now whenever you get them, you do have to check the oil, and you have to check the coolant, make sure everything's up to date and good on it. You know, you don't want to be starting your bike up and have it being low on something. But anyway, I'm out riding it today, and I'm enjoying the day. It's a beautiful hot day, but it's beautiful. I'm out here on the lake, or by the lake. I don't think I've ever showed you this lake before, but there's a lot of them around me. So I thought I'd just stop down here and talk about the bike a little bit, let you know my thoughts on it. For the most part, I don't have any negatives. The instrument cluster really is probably the only negative to it. The forward lean for me isn't the greatest. That's why I put the handlebars on it. It also comes with a seat cowl. You'll see that in another video, earlier video I made. That kind of, it matches the bike. It has the same kind of striping on it and stuff. But I wanted someplace to put a bag so I can carry stuff, because I got my toolkit in there. Oh no, I got my toolkit still on the bike. I've got my registration papers in there. I've got a bungee strap. Of course, I always keep a ball cap. And you know, if I ever have to carry anything, which I've had to do a couple of times, that bag's expandable so you can put stuff in it. So it's really handy to have, and it's secure on there. So it's really, really nice. Anyway, I give the bike a thumbs up. It's a very good motorcycle. If you're interested in getting one, contact VenomMotorsportsUSA.com. You can look it up on the World Wide Web and get you one. They're really fun. Anyway, that's all I have for you today. I'm going to go out and hit the road. I can't wait to get out and do a little bit more riding. So I got to go to the gas station first because I'm low. All right, I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.